We are currently in a crisis of leadership so severe in the United States that Donald Trump spent his weekend retweeting videos of himself and threatening protesters with vicious dogs and violence from Secret Service agents rather than leading, uniting, doing something productive because he doesn't know how to do those things. And according to one White House report, the reason we've not heard from Donald Trump, something from the Oval Office, a message of unity, is that Trump has nothing to say. So rather, he's staying quiet, except not really because he's tweeting uncontrollably. The U.S. is devolving into chaos. Trump spent the weekend retweeting videos of himself trying to take credit for the SpaceX launch, threatening protesters with vicious dogs, claiming he'll designate Antifa a terrorist organization. He has no idea what to do. It is a complete lack of leadership. We fortunately heard from former President Barack Obama with something that could be approximating leadership. We're going to look at a couple of items here, starting with Donald Trump's threats to unleash vicious dogs on protesters. He might as well have said, we're going to get the fire hoses out as well. There have been varying levels of unrest around the country stemming from the police killing of George Floyd. This includes people near the White House. Trump tweeted on Saturday about protesters near the White House. Check this out, this incredibly ludicrous rant. Trump saying, quote, "Great job last night at the White House by the U.S. Secret Service. They were not only totally professional, but very cool. I was inside, watched every move, and couldn't have felt more safe. And they let the protesters scream and rant as much as they wanted. But whenever someone got too frisky or out of line, they would quickly come down on them hard. Didn't know what hit them. The front line was replaced with fresh agents like magic, big crowd, professionally organized, but nobody came close to breaching the fence. If they had, they would have been greeted with the most vicious dogs and ominous weapons I have ever seen. That's when people would have been really badly hurt, at least. Many Secret Service agents just waiting for action. We put the young ones on the front lines, sir, and they love it." He might as well be saying Secret Service is thirsty for blood and we're bringing out the fire hoses. Release the hounds is what he is essentially saying here. Now, this point about, vicious dogs and ominous weapons, that's bad enough. The idea that young Secret Service agents are just waiting for action, that's Trump admitting, claiming. I'm guessing the Secret Service would not even agree with Trump's characterization. This is Trump claiming that Secret Service is looking to beat the crap out of people. That's the opposite of leadership. That's the opposite of bringing calm to a nation that is dealing with essentially the Spanish flu at the same time as some of the worst civil unrest that we have seen, in addition to a complete lack of federal leadership, all combined at the same time with a recession/depression going on. It's all happening at once. And Trump is doing nothing to actually bring people together. A real leader would ask for calm. A real leader would go to the Oval Office and address the nation saying, we are a nation in struggle. I hear you. I hear your concerns and your complaints. I'm committed to working together to improve the country. Let's stop the violence. Let's stop the attack, stop the violence by police. Let's realize that we are one nation currently fighting a pandemic and a recession depression. No one benefits from adding this chaos to the pandemic. I'm here with you on the inequality in our justice system. I'm here with you on policing. Give me the space and the calm I need to work on this. Instead, he tweets threats about vicious dogs, retweets himself taking credit for the rocket launch over the weekend that has nothing to do with him, says, hey, Antifa, you're now a terrorist organization, which I will get to next. This is incompetence combined with authoritarianism from a wannabe dictator, Donald Trump. Don't for a second think that Donald Trump, by the way, is not deep down planning to use these protests to further disrupt the 2020 election for his benefit. Unrest in major cities, things are way too crazy for vote by mail. Ballots will be stolen or something. We absolutely can't do it. Trump has the power of the bully pulpit. At any point, he could say, I'm going to use that for good. He could do it now in so many ways. The country is plagued by challenges, the pandemic, financial crisis, oppression, discrimination coming to a head. And we have nothing from Trump. He also tweeted, When the looting starts, the shooting starts. That's a quote from violent, racist Miami police chief, I forget his name, years ago. A tweet so hideous, it was flagged by Twitter as glorifying violence. A real leader would dial down the anger and the heat. Trump doesn't know how to do that. So he's antagonizing protesters. He's riling up his own base. He's firing up the gun people. And he's not even pretending to represent all Americans here. Trump opens his mouth and trash falls out. That shouldn't surprise us anymore. I hope people are realizing the urgent nature of removing this president. And we've got to keep our eye on the ball because the distractions keep coming. And that's what I want to talk about next.